Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BYD. We're here in front of one of the 4 manufacturing facilities we have in the city of Shenzhen. Here we have R&D and manufacturing units for our OEM business, where we produce batteries and metal cases for important smartphone customers. Here we also have our R&D base for the battery box storage systems. Let's have a look. Our battery box R&D center has 3 labs: the environmental, the performance, and the inverter compatibility test labs. The one we're visiting today is the inverter compatibility test lab. Here you can see all the inverter brands that are undergoing the compatibility testing with the battery box. Battery box products were designed to match the mainstream brands of inverters in terms of functionality and compatibility. At the initial stage, BYD research engineers discuss and exchange ideas with experts from the inverter manufacturers, including communication protocols, safety control strategies, peak power, etc. During the R&D process, both sides work together to optimize these items synchronously through engineers' personal exchanges and teleconference. Then, we start a series of tests with each one of the inverters, which includes inverters charge-discharge voltage control, overload testing, on-off grid function test, one-phase, three-phase function test, and others. BYD will provide battery samples to the inverter manufacturers for compatibility testing. The compatibility information will be officially announced only when both sides have finished their tests and all problems have been solved. Normally, the compatibility test with each inverter brand will take at least 6 weeks. Here we have some of our low voltage products, including battery box generation 1 and battery box generation 2. This engineer here is conducting discharge rate validation test, which is to validate the high rate dischargeability at a constant rate of 1C and peak at 2C, as well as the ability of instantaneous high rate discharge. We carry out around 30 compatibility test items. And here we have the high voltage testing area, where our engineer is performing the remote monitoring validation test. Remote monitoring is an extremely useful function. We can monitor the battery's real-time operation status and update the battery's software remotely, making technical support a whole lot easier. For new product developments, our engineers need to carry out about 1,000 tests throughout the process, including PCBA, cell, structure, BMS, safety, EMC, and others. The reason for such thorough testing is to make sure that our products can meet all requirements and provide the best customer experience. Then, we can move on to trial testing, followed by a small-scale production. Only after all steps are completed, we finally launch it onto the market. Developing new products is a very complex undertaking, and we spare no efforts in attaining the best results. My dear friends, that is all for today. We would be thrilled to have you on a visit to our factory so we can show you around. Thank you.
Build your dreams.